Ultizeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy! In the last episode, we did stuff and finished up the engine room. In this episode, well, it's time to go back to Dusty Dune, everyone's favorite anything, obviously. It's time to get the purple coins of Dusty Dune, which... that's how I feel about it. I think you can understand the gist. It's on this little thing. Who's it? It's a thing that exists, I guess. I don't know. Yes. You know, there was at one point when I was like, it was in Freeze Flame, I think, and I was like, man, I like how I like notice things about games more now that I'm more aware of like how they're built and stuff. But I don't think I ever actually explained why that popped into my head. Because it popped into my head because I'm more easily aware of like when of draw distance and like when things pop in. Like I'm more aware of that thing, I guess now. Is what I was trying to joke about. Or whatever. So this really isn't an awful star, it's just kind of slow and methodical. And if you ever fall into the quicksand, you're still gonna die, so don't do that. And I hope that this doesn't end up like Freeze Flame, where me saying don't do that ends up in me doing that on accident. Just gonna play it very safe and wait for this platform. Better safe than sorry. Here we go. Alright. Let's get these. Ooh. Alright. Well, that's that first area done. Don't forget the ones on the swamp. They can be tricksy. What else can be tricksy? This one right here. There we go. We got it. Alright. I'm gonna go grab these ones before anything else, just so that when I do the timer thing, I don't have to worry about it. I wish the camera would be a little bit more controllable sometimes. Anyways. How did I miss that one? Okay, come on. Come now. Don't play this game with me. There we go. Okay. Yep. There are exactly 100, by the way, so you can't miss any of these. Oh, I was gonna say, how are you alive, Dry Bones? Okay. Let's get to this one over here. Spin around for a little bit. And here we go. Do. I guess the one godsend about this one is that it's not timed. This one being timed would have been an annoyance. Now, be very careful with these. Ow. Because these rocks can destroy you. These are the only tornadoes with the rocks in them. So you gotta be very careful that they don't whack you too hard. Especially since this is so near the end of this mission anyway. Okay, got that one. Because it would be devastating for you to just get all the way here and then die. Alright. So, White Birth. I'm willing to accept that. And there we go. That's all the stars, all the coins, I mean. It's not all the stars. But it's all the coins. And there we go. That's Dusty Dune. We never have to look at this place again. Thank frickin' God. I'm just glad I didn't die, because those frickin' rock tornadoes can really ruin your day. Alright, so that's the entire bedroom done. Nice. So now... Well, I can't really meet you at the next dome, because we haven't actually seen the next dome yet. So instead, let's go check out the Red Star. Because we unlocked that in the last episode. Doesn't really serve much of a purpose other than that. This guy's always kind of been up here, and before that mission, he's just kind of been like, I don't trust you. But now he trusts us because we got coins, so we gave him money, basically. So with the Red Star, you're basically able to fly anywhere you want, and that includes up all the way up here, which is where the garden is, the secret room. So it's basically just permanent shortcut. Now here we are in the land of Windows XP. So somewhere along the lines, Sonic and Elise are probably going to be running around somewhere. Just don't worry about it. They'll forget all about it eventually anyway. Now, here are our last 4 areas. There's no boss of the gardens, just this. So we got Matter Splatter, Deep Dark, Melty Molten, and Dreadnought. Let's take care of Matter Splatter because it's just quick and easy. And otherwise somewhat unmemorable, so... Watch your step! So, if you recall the one area from, I think it's Ghostly Galaxy, where it was like, I was just walking along things that didn't exist until we went there. Like, this is what this is, basically. So you just kind of gotta go when there's a ground beneath you. It's really not too challenging, though. It's just kind of odd. I don't hate it, it's just weird, I guess. Mario, that was not what I wanted you to do there. If you don't do this on the first try, it's kind of awkward because it doesn't ever time up well. That's what I wanted you to do the first time, Mario. Jesus. Also, you can go fuck off. Alright. Now this is where things get a little tricksy, because now we're introduced to this. The Spring Mushroom. We all know how fun this one can be. Honestly, I still don't hate the Spring Mushroom, it's just, I feel like I wish it was a little bit better to control. If it had a little bit more control to it, I think it would be just fine. But because of the permanent bouncy state of it, it just gets annoying more than anything else. Or at least, like, you can see how it would be annoying. To some. Not to everybody. There are people who like it. But I mean, there's gonna be someone who likes everything. So... Just because someone likes it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Someone's gonna like everything out there. Like, I don't think there's anything in existence where it's just 100% unanimous that nobody likes it. Similar to how there's nothing that's unanimous that everybody likes. Which is why consensus, the general consensus, is a lot more important than most people will usually treat it. Because it's like, sometimes people are like, I don't agree with the general consensus, and that means it's wrong. But it's like, general consensus is pretty important, because without it, then you can't figure out what most people are gonna like. And honestly, no offense, but most people is what is important anyway. Not just one person, but most people. You don't want to just... If you're trying to make, like... If you're trying to, like, advertise to someone, you're not gonna want to advertise to one individual person. You're gonna want to advertise to most people. Or at least your target demographic, which is, in your eyes, going to be most people, probably. So, in that regard, like... It's reasons like that why, like... Most games that, like, end up being actually bad, like... Say Sonic 06, like... Sonic 06 has people who like it, who genuinely think it's a good game. And you know what? More power to them. But because the general consensus on it is that it's garbage, then that's why it's like nothing from Sonic 06 really ever makes it into any other game anymore, because it's like the general consensus was that it wasn't good. So even if people like it, those minor people aren't going to be the majority of people who Sega will want to market towards, basically. That's kind of that's the simple fact of the matter, really. If anything else. Basically just simply saying, like whatever you like, but acknowledge that not everyone's going to share an opinion. But that's the beauty of humanity, is that everyone has different opinions. And sharing those opinions is important. So long as they're not hurting anybody, then everyone is entitled to having opinions. Which is actually probably why politics ends up being so divisive, because arguably those are opinions. They're just opinions. They're opinions on how people think the government should function, whatever. Well, not Democrats, but like, the more left-leaning you are, you generally prefer more government intervention or whatever, and the more right-leaning you are, the more you prefer, like, less government intervention. I think I explained that right. But the problem is with that, when it comes to politics, those do affect people's lives. They affect people. So in effect, they hurt people. In some ways. Some things in politics hurt people. And I mean, everything will affect people. And so that's probably why politics end up being so divisive, is because they're the exact thing that... What? Okay, that happened. They're the exact thing that most people will... Basically, the kind of opinion that people will not agree with. Because it's just... It's divisive because it's not just like, oh, I like, I don't know, pineapple on pizza, I guess. It's not just that, because that's a harmless opinion that doesn't affect anybody else except you. Or sexual preferences or whatever. Like, just because some person's gay or whatever doesn't mean that it's going to affect anybody else, so, like, that's a harmless opinion. But for most politics, whether or not you agree with them or not, whether or not you're left-leaning or right-leaning, you cannot deny that politics will always affect someone else. A political opinion is an opinion that has a direct impact on other people. And I guess that's part of why it is I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but why, like... That's probably why there's a lot of people that, like, are willing to, like, give up, like, friendships or interactions with other people because it's, like, it is just so divisive like that. It's not like, I don't agree with your opinion. It's like, I don't agree with your opinion on how we should treat other people, I guess. Although that's kind of too general. I don't know. Politics is definitely not something that should ever be generalized. Anyway, it's all messy business, and not something I should probably be talking about while playing a Mario game, but whatever. I talk about whatever I want to, and that's what came up. So, I don't care. In the pipe we go. By the way, this is the Dreadnought Galaxy. It's basically the Garden's... It's the Garden's answer to Battle Rock from Fountain. It's a very similar area in general. And if I recall correctly, it's got the same music. I can't quite hear the music, so... What? Why did you spin me? Why did you... What? Why did that throw me off like that? The hell was that? I landed on him and he spun me, for one thing, so that was random and weird. But also, why did the area throw me off? Lame. Like, I'll accept the fact that I guess I must have hit him too early, or I guess you can't bounce on them when you just did, when you're just landing from another one's bounce. Sure, okay, I'll accept that. But why did I get thrown off? That's what I disagree with. Anyways, I don't care about the life down there. Even though I just died, I don't care about it. Now we've got these weird platforms that always kind of reminded me of turtles for some reason. I don't know why. Now we're on this thing. This thing... Oh, there's another turtle thing there, too. This thing always reminded me of that one area from Gold Leaf. Alright. So hitting that breaks out some water. That's nice. And attracts these platforms again. Now there's a lot of star bits. I'm almost positive we don't need any more star bits in this game now, but I don't care. I like star bits. I enjoy collecting. So I'm gonna do what I like. You got a problem with that? Then don't watch me. Alright. These things also kind of remind me of a Mario Party menu. I wonder if that's where they got this inspiration. Because even though the Mario Party was developed by Hudson, like, it's still like a Nintendo thing. It had to be Nintendo approved, so I don't know. Whatever. We got a star. Problem solved. Cool beans. Ugh. Okay. So, it's 19 minutes. 19 minutes. I had a longer episode earlier. Not the immediate but previous episode, but just in general, so I think I'll end here. So next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy stuff. See you guys then.